Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. IRS reminds farmers and fishers of March 1st tax deadline. IR 2021-42, February 19th, 2021, Washington. The Internal Revenue Service is reminding those with income from a farming or fishing business can avoid making any estimated tax payments by filing and paying their entire tax due on or before March 1st. This rule generally applies if farming or fishing income was at least 2/3 of the taxpayer's total gross income in either the current or the preceding tax year. Those who choose not to file by March 1st should have made an estimated tax payment by January 15th to avoid an estimated tax penalty. For more information on estimated tax, refer to Publication 505, Tax Withholding and Estimated Tax. There's a link to that here. Those in the farming business report income and expenses on Schedule F, Form 1040, Profit or Loss from Farming. There's a link to the Schedule F here. They also use Schedule SE, Form 1040, Self-Employment Tax, to figure self-employment tax if their net earnings from farming are $400 or more. So obviously when you're thinking about farming, when you think about like a business, you might say, okay, now this is going to be a separate type of business. If it was a sole proprietorship, normally you think Schedule C. If it was rental property or something like that, normally you think Schedule E, because you might have to deal with passive income and loss limitation rules. And then if we have farming or fishing possibly, then you're thinking about Schedule F, because again, there's going to be some special kind of rules that will be applicable there. Obviously, if you're in farming and fishing, you should be aware, and most people are aware that there's a lot of special kind of rules that are there when you do tax preparation or look for someone to help out with your taxes. You want to make sure that you're dealing with someone who is aware with that, who kind of specializes in that area. So for more information, refer to topic number 554, publication 225, Farmer's Tax Guide. There's a link to that here, and Agriculture Tax Center, and there's a link to that here. Those in the fishing business report income and expense on Schedule C. Form 1040, Profit or Loss from Business Sole Proprietorship. And that's kind of like more normal. You're like, okay, you make your business, you have a business, right? And it happens to be fishing. So you're going to normally report on a Schedule C, which would be kind of more normal. If your business happened to be rental property, then you might use, a different schedule, Schedule E. If it's farming, then you might use a Schedule F. Although the fishing is using a Schedule C, however, again, there may be some rules that are going to be particular or subject to the fishing in general. So again, you want to make sure that you are aware of that, or you're working with someone who is aware of that. So they also use Schedule SE, Form 1040. So that's the self-employment tax. So just like anyone who has their own business that's like kind of self-employed and whatnot, you got to deal with what would be the equivalent of payroll taxes if you were an employee or employer. That's self-employment tax, Social Security, and Medicare. So they use the Schedule SE to figure self-employment tax if their net earnings from fishing are $400 or more. For general information about the rules applying to individuals, including commercial fishermen who file Schedule C, refer to Publication 334, Tax Guide for Small Business. There's a link to that here. Those who trade or business in a partnership or corporation, you can see Publication 541, Partnerships, or Publication 542, Corporations. Obviously, if you're a sole proprietorship, you report it in some way, shape, or form on a different schedule, typically on the Form 1040, attaching a schedule to the 1040, most commonly Schedule C, but then other types of businesses, possibly Schedule E, Schedule F on the 1040. If it is then some other form of entity, such as a partnership, then and there could be different kinds of partnerships, right? But due to it being a partnership just in general, a general partnership, you got two people that are going to be involved. Just for the revenue splitting situation, you typically need another tax return that would be filed. K-1's then issued to the two tax returns if it's a flow-through entity. If it's a corporation, then you got different types of entities for a corporation, a C corporation or an S corporation. If it's a C corporation, then of course you'd need to file, well, either one, you need to file other tax returns for those. So IRS Direct Pay is safe, fast, and free. IRS Direct Pay, there's a link to that here, is a free online service where people can make same-day payments or schedule them up to 365 days in advance directly from a checking or saving account. There are no IRS fees and no pre-registration. IRS Direct Pay is available 7 days a week, and users receive instant confirmation after they submit a payment, or they can opt in to receive email notifications. IRS Direct Pay cannot be used to pay the federal highway use tax, payroll taxes, or other business taxes. Anyone wishing to pay these business taxes electronically can enroll in the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System, the EFTPS. So in other words, if you're paying the estimated payments, you might be paying with the direct pay, and those are going to be the estimated payments or payments that you might be owing on the taxes, and that can give you some kind of instant verification as opposed to a paper check. Obviously, again, the IRS is trying to push forward to having everything be electronic, but the IRS Direct Pay cannot be used to pay the federal highway use tax, payroll taxes, or other business type of taxes. Those like things like payroll taxes. Then you would possibly use another system. Anyone wishing to pay these business taxes electronically can enroll in the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System, otherwise known as the EFTPS. EFTPS is also a free service. For more information about these and other payment options, you can visit irs.gov/payments. There's a link to that here. There's also related items and links to them, including topic 416, farming and fishing income, publication 5034 in English and Spanish, need to make tax payments. There's links to those items here. There'll be a link to this in the description.